You do you. Let me just suggest, don't build a house in a van. I've seen traditional cabinetry in every van. Wow, that looks heavy and it takes up a lot of space. Peya Bass, early van tour that Jerry Tachi did, top of the van, no cabinetry.
When I was doing the design, I figured out what I wanted to bring with me and then I designed around that.
You're the first one that's told me this.
Oh, really?
Everybody, please take note of Peya and how she did that, because that is a genius idea.
It helped me a lot in building because then you're not left with dead space. You have to use every inch in your building. It's perfect Peya size for me.
Feels so big.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have upper cabinets.
It really opens it up. Instead of upper cabinets, we opted for storage below.
Just put what I want in here. At the end of this video, I start to live in the van. Before you really start building things out, the basic things you need, like maybe a sink and a TV, start to live in the van. I end this video putting in this bed. That day forward, brain was just working overtime with so many ideas. It's the last hot day for a while. Might be the last time you see me with my shirt off. My battery's almost to 50%, but climbing. There was clouds today. Starting to clear up, cold at night, 60 degrees, point it wherever I want. What it also does is help filter the air so I don't get dust. In this video, you're gonna see me work out my plan as I'm building.
This middle part, I'm very visual. Getting a feel for what it'd be like. Heater's already there. And I need storage. Very wide floor. That was just helping me. Didn't get any of it. Putting tools away now. Bolted into the fender wall, and there's space so I could shove in some insulation. A foundation to build off of. The undercoating, Rust-Oleum undercoating that I sprayed so that I wouldn't get rust. To end right here, because that's where the air conditioner is. Shoot air up from behind everything. Cut myself pretty good. Squeeze my hand in tight places. Some insulation between
5 p.m.
the shower. Let me get this all hooked up. I feel like I'm kind of getting used to it. Not that I haven't spent the night in it or anything like that yet. Put the Teflon tape on clockwise. I'm gonna have to get an extension. Oh yeah, nice and warm.
Two things right here. I'm gonna hand it to you. You put them up here for me. Up here. All right, thanks.
What just hit me in the head?
That's light. It wouldn't hurt. I think that's the right size. You'll see after you get it done.
Takes me time to like get it together to feel like I'm making good decisions. A normal person would probably measure. Oh, I'm going through the foam too. I need another 1/2 inch. A smaller socket. I think it's fine. Shoot, because of the foam. I need longer bolts. Not a whole lot of things stronger than a nut and a bolt. I have a pry bar. It over the Allen key. Oh, did you hear that? But hey, I got it on there pretty good.
You do. You want me to tighten it up from in here? Ready for me to tighten it? Okay.
Should I get a bigger or smaller TV? It's a 50 inch, 55, 48, or 43. All those sizes are kind of big for a van. It leaked all out overnight because I left the pump turned on. I didn't tighten the outside faucet. Cool thing I learned in the process, drains out the whole system. I just want one. Isn't this crazy? This is what I'm gonna make a shower out of. You're living in my... Maybe I do want a water fill thing. Too much of a chance of accidents happening filling it through the inspection plate. Look how dirty a black countertop gets. I'm putting a drain right here. Flip the carpet up and there's the drain. I feel like it's supposed to be longer. Hook it in 4 locations. Put it outside or I could throw it away. I'm totally the type of person that when I'm filling the water to just go do something else and then forget. I need to not be that kind of person. A more humid state especially, mold will happen. And we don't want that.
Yeah.
But it spreads out real wide.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forget about the water.
I work hard each and every day. I get lost in the words I say. I don't push pause, no I push play. I won't stop till I make a change. I withdraw on the things I make. I turn flaws into flawless traits.
Where'd the tape go? Oh, right underneath the camera.
Till I hear him say,
These guys. This saw. We did go over with the table saw on both sides. Really strong. That's gonna be solid. If the bed was any higher, you wouldn't have room for all activities. Finished all these. Need to attach them all. I could do glue.
Isn't coming all the way over. See that?
Yeah. See if you can break this.
At this point in the build, my big light bulb idea is that if I put plywood, if I take some of the plywood, which by the way, the plywood that I'm working with in this video, I got for free from a friend on a movie set, which is part of the reason why I was able to keep the build down to $30,000, including the van, which I paid $15,000 for. Plywood that I mounted to each fender, which gave me a foundation to build off of.
The leaves out there for the gardeners to pick up. Crown molding broke. Perfectly straight lines, because I know the side of this plywood is perfectly straight. I could open the garage door now too. The garden is garden. I thought you locked it down.
No, we gotta measure it first.
Looks like it does. It gives a lot. Cut this off.
Need any help with anything?
Do you have any dowel?
Yep.
Can I stop this so that at 34, I could just have something stop this at 34?
Or move the saw down there and then mount something on the table here.
Once I started doing this
Oh,
woodworking, I knew the router was going to be a great tool. What it does is it'll round off the edges of all these pieces. It reduces the sharp corners and the potentials for splinters, and it also gives a more finished look.
My dad comes up with so many good ideas. Using these screws to clamp down these boards that I'm gluing. Anybody take wood shop in junior high? I did. After this is all dry, I'm going to take these screws out and I'm going to put dowels, glue dowels in there. I don't want to drag this thing through the rain to put it in the van. Pretty good.
Yes, it does.
This is going to leave marks. Glue this dowel in the hole.
Oh, it's bouncing, and that's why it's not going in. It needs to be a solid hit.
Now that my collapsible bed is finished, all the dowels are in place, what you see me doing here is routing channels in the 1x2s in order to place them over the plywood supports that are going to hold everything in place.
You live in it for a little bit, you change things as things go. It's like owning a home, right?
For me, it was like, I did van life to go adventure.
Yep.
And you really get sucked down the rabbit hole when you're building a van because it's just such a beautiful process. But at the same time, I was ready to leave and head south and chase the sun. So a few bits and pieces are unfinished, but we're getting there.
A reply from Shelby Church. LOL. Is Dad Church sending us signals to come rescue him? That poor man is being eaten alive by those women.
So I think it should go a little closer to the...
See what I'm saying? Falling in love with wood. It's poplar, but it's one of those pieces that's got like the dark streaks on it. Piece of teak. 38 bucks. And I thought, you know what? I'm just gonna get it. I could always take it back. Really, really heavy. This is supposed to be my desk. I just thought I'd share that this is my favorite video. And I got it finished around, oh my god, I can't talk. Almost 1 last night. I got this video finished. I had this like 200 gigabyte file that wouldn't fit on my computer. I had to edit that down first. Ended up getting the file corrupted. Still had the original 200 gigabyte file. Started this video on Saturday. It's now Friday morning. I didn't lose any footage, but in order for me to get this video, all the details and the perfection, the way I had it to the music. I'm so sick of editing saw noises. Save timelines, save project, save everything. Overwrite anything, there's no going back. Did everything right, by the way. If you saw like weird imperfections, the original video was the best video. I still like the video, but